Hello there, beautiful viewers. Welcome to the Complete Football Pod. My name is Mike. I hope you're all doing well. I will be talking about the Euros so far, what had happened so far in the Euros. I will be giving you my opinion, and more importantly, I'll be asking for yours. If you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. For those who have already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your support. And for those who will be subscribing after this episode, thank you so much in anticipation. I really appreciate your support also. Without taking much of your time, let's dive in. I will be picking some teams in particular to talk about. I will be giving my opinion about them, and you can give me your own opinion in the comment section also. So we've seen the Euros started, the group stage started. We've seen a lot of disappointment, in some teams, and also some teams that really wowed us with their performances. Teams like Georgia, teams like Denmark, and also let me talk about some teams that in my opinion has performed below expectation. On top of the chart is England. England has really performed below expectation in my opinion. This is a team that has a bunch of individual world-class players, but they've not been able to sing together to get the best performances. And I would most of the blame, in my opinion, will go to the coach, because I think Southgate, in my opinion, I've said some things about him in my previous episode about how Southgate, how he is, his coaching style, he's so laid back, and mainly due to the fact that as a player, when he was a player, was a defender. So maybe that's part of the way he sees football in his head. So Southgate is a coach that he doesn't take risk. We've seen the way England played in this tournament. The first game against Serbia, they were on the front foot, but the moment Serbia decided to have the ball also, England fell back. Luckily, they had already scored one goal by Jude Bellingham. So this tournament so far, what I can say about England is England, once they find a team that's first of all sits back, let them have the ball, and the moment that team wants to play with the ball, also wants to have the ball, if England gets scared and they pull back, it's like they have a goal and they want to defend that goal. When they have players that can score 4 or 5 goals, when they have a team that's full of experienced players, attacking players, and Southgate has tried to build an experiment in this in this Euros in the first 2 games by using Trent Alexander-Arnold as a midfield player. Arnold, to me, is a good player. Trent is a good player, but playing him as a midfield player, I can understand the fact that he's a player that he could bring in all those long passes, he could bring that into the team, but I don't think it's working. It's not working. He tried the first game, it didn't work. The second game, it still did not work, and I don't know how long he's gonna try it. The third game, I think he used Conor Gallagher instead, but it wasn't really working that much also. And England is so pedestrian that you can predict how they're gonna play. They give the ball to Saka, even Roy Kane is not really firing. This is the best striker in Bundesliga, in Harry Kane. You have the best player, almost the best player in La Liga, in Jude Bellingham, the best Premier League player in Phil Foden, and still yet England cannot pull off, a decent, attacking style of play. I would say it's just due to the way they've been set up by Gareth Southgate. Another team is France. France, in my opinion, France is not as worse as England. But France has not also been able to, that fear factor France has that they put into other teams. France has not really gotten themselves together even in this tournament. France has not, because they're playing well, but they're not scoring goals. And they also have good players. I mean, from the beginning of this tournament, I see France as the favorite. And now, I don't think I see them as the favorite anymore because if they continue playing this way, they will suffer and they might get out of the tournament very soon. And we've seen how important Kylian Mbappe is for France. If Kylian Mbappe is not playing, France is a different team entirely. And in the first game of the season of the Euros, he had a broken nose, and that he could not play the game against Netherlands. So that has actually affected France a little bit if Kylian Mbappe is not playing. And this other guy should also step up, Moussa Dembele. Dembele is a very good player, but he's very wasteful. That's the problem France is having. Dembele is wasteful, and I don't understand why France is not starting Olivier Giroud. I don't understand, because this guy is a proven goal scorer. If Olivier Giroud is in the front, I think France will score goals. Or if you don't want to use him due to one or two reasons, at least use Thuram. I know Thuram played the first game, and I think he played the second game. But if it's not clicking, you have 20. You came with 22, 24, 26 squad players. You can switch things around and do something different. So France also, they're yet to get their rhythm together. The same thing I would say about Italy. Italy's been struggling in this tournament. I mean, the last game they played with Croatia was I would say that was a lock, because Italy, they almost lost the game. They almost lost the game against Croatia, and if they had lost that game, I think they will be out of the tournament right now. And I really, really feel very bad for Croatia. They did everything possible to still be in this tournament, but they could not. And Croatia is one of the teams I rated high because of their performances for the past 8 years in any European or FIFA competition. But sadly, they're out of the tournament right now. Belgium, oh my God, Belgium and England. I don't know who is worse, because Belgium, I don't understand the way they're playing. I don't understand. And I don't understand the way the coach set them up. I don't know what they're doing. They're not dangerous. I think they only depend on Jeremy Doku. The way they play, they're really, really dependent on Jeremy Doku. If Jeremy Doku is not functioning, then I don't think they're gonna function. So for them, but fortunately for them, they're still in this tournament, and let's see what they're gonna do going forward into the round of 16. Let's see what they're gonna do. Portugal had a decent game, but I'm gonna say something very unpopular about Portugal. I think Cristiano Ronaldo being in that team is making Portugal play in a different way than the way they should play if Ronaldo is not there. If Ronaldo is not there, I think they have the potential to play better than what they're doing right now. They're kind of reliant on Ronaldo. And if Ronaldo is not there, there are other players that can come in and do damage. But with Ronaldo, we all know Ronaldo, a legend in the game, and if Ronaldo is ready, you want to use him. But sometimes you just have to. Ronaldo, in my opinion, if I were the manager of Portugal, Ronaldo would probably be a super sub for me. It would be a super sub. Bring him in the 60th or 70th minute, the last 20 or 25 minutes. He can do something. He can do a damage. So that's it so far. Now, I'm talking about the round of 16. The draws have been made in the round of 16, and it's gonna be. Let me put it out there now. It's gonna be a knockout. It's at the knockout stages. Anybody that doesn't win now goes out. Now, the first team will be Switzerland, Italy. Switzerland, Italy will be playing together. These are. I don't really know who might be the winner here, because I see both of them almost on the same level. So I can't say Italy is better than Switzerland. I can't say Switzerland is better than Italy. So on that, I'm undecided. I don't know, but I kind of fancy Italy to qualify. But I'm not really sure about it. The same percentage I give Italy. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say on this one. I'm kind of neutral. I don't know who would probably. I would say 50-50. It's 50-50. Germany and Denmark. Yeah, I would slightly lean towards Germany because, first of all, they're the host country. And let's be sincere, Germany has been playing well, better than the way they played in the last Euros or in the last World Cup. Nagelsmann has been able to harness the strength of this team together, and they've been playing good so far. So, but Denmark played well against England. They schooled England. They almost battered England. But that was, I think, in a long time, that's the best I've seen Denmark so far. But don't let us be carried away. There could be a shocker, like the way there's been shocker in the group stage. There could be a shocker now again. So I would slightly lean towards Germany being the host country, and the fact that Germany is getting better from game to game. So now the third group would be England, Slovakia. Well, this is another opportunity for England to redeem themselves, to show the other teams what they can do, how good they are. Because Slovakia, with all due respect to Slovakia is a lesser team to England. But we've seen in the group stage how Serbia dealt with England, how Denmark dealt with England, and how Slovenia, I think, dealt with England. So we've seen how those teams played England. England no cutting edge. So this game also, I would lean towards England because I think England would get themselves together. But as I said, anything can happen. But I will lean towards England. Now, France, Belgium. This is a very tricky game because both teams are capable of playing good football. Both teams, both France and Belgium, they're both capable of playing good football. But I'm gonna go with France because Belgium, I don't know what they're trying to do. In my opinion, I don't see them being getting themselves together because, let's be sincere, Kevin De Bruyne you can tell when he's playing now is actually, it's getting to that point where he's not the Kevin De Bruyne we used to know before. Romelu Lukaku is not really sharp anymore, so they might need to, do something special to be able to, eliminate France from the tournament. And we can see what France can bring to the table. N'Golo Kante, oh my God, this guy's won the player of this man of the match twice this season, and this guy plays in the Saudi Arabia league. Normally they would consider that league, not a strong league, but this is the guy running the show for France. I have a Liberian friend that calls N'Golo Kante Iron Soap because, according to him, they have a soap in Liberia that when you use the soap doesn't finish on time. That's how he describes N'Golo Kante. It doesn't get tired. So N'Golo Kante has been a very, very integral part of this France team, and hopefully Mbappe would get its momentum back. The next game against Belgium, they would be able to. It's not going to be an easy game. But I still think France will go through. Spain, Georgia. Now, so far in this tournament, I personally think Spain is the best team. So far in this tournament, I think Spain is the best. So far, it could change later, but I think Spain is the best. The likes of Yamal, Morata, Pedri, Rodri. These guys, they play exciting football. They won all their three games. So Spain so far has been the best in this tournament so far, and they might end up being my favorite over time. If France gets eliminated, then I might have to think between England and Spain, because I see England going through. But anything can happen. But Spain has been the best so far, in my opinion, if I'm trying to rate their performances. Now, they'll be playing against Georgia. Now, we've seen what Georgia did to Portugal. Georgia, they played the game of their life. And that was one of the most important games ever Georgia played. They They made Portugal look kind of like boys. They make Portugal look like boys. They pressed them. They played counter-attacking, but their counter-attack was kind of purposeful. When they get the ball, they move with precision. They, thanks to their talisman, Kvaratskhelia, that guy, he is a very, very, very good player. Very good player. I've seen him with Napoli in the Serie A, and I know this guy is a talent. Kvaratskhelia, very, very good guy. He is very, very, very good. Now, Antonio Conte said something lately that he knows Napoli had an agreement with Osimhen, even though he doesn't want Osimhen to leave because he is now the Napoli coach, Antonio Conte. He said he understands if Napoli wants to sell Osimhen, they can let him go. But with Kvaratskhelia, he is not going nowhere. And Kvaratskhelia's father is his agent. He said he came out, I think before the Euros or during the Euros, that he wants to, Kvaratskhelia would be leaving Napoli. I don't know for what reason. Maybe they said he's not respected enough or something, but he's being linked to replace Kylian Mbappe at PSG. But Antonio Conte is saying Kvaratskhelia is not going nowhere. So let's see how the saga unfolds. But I see him as a good player, and I hope he stays in Napoli because the guy is very, very, very good, very, very good. In my opinion, in that position, because he's a wide player. Apart from Vini Jr., I think I would pick Kvaratskhelia as another player apart from Vini Jr. in that position if I'm a coach. So Georgia, I would lean towards Spain, but Georgia would give Spain a run for their money. That I'm sure of. Georgia will give Spain a run for their money. It's not going to be a walk in the park for Spain. They're not just going to come in, and I don't think it's going to happen that way. Spain could be known to demolish teams sometimes that you think they're kind of the teams you prove to be that you seem to be a very, very solid team, compact team. Spain has a way of breaking them because of their style of play. But with this Georgia, I think going forward, the momentum is so high. They wanna make a mark in this tournament. But I'm leaning towards Spain. Then we have Portugal and Slovenia. Obviously, I would lean towards Portugal, but Portugal has to change something. They don't have to be dependent on Ronaldo. If it means putting Ronaldo on the bench, coming in as a super sub, so that the young guys can run the show. Portugal should do that. If that would help them, Portugal should do that. I don't have anything against Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a legend. But I think with Rafael Leao, Diego Jota, or Gonzalo Ramos being, in the attacking and Bernardo Silva, I think Portugal will be more deadlier because Ronaldo, let's be sincere, doesn't have that legs anymore. But he's still a great player. He's a great athlete. He takes care of his body. He's going to be 40 by February, and this guy is still in good shape. But I think Portugal should just twist something around, try to do something different just to, get the opponent unaware. So Slovenia, well, let's see what Slovenia will do. They're also a decent team. We saw what they did with England. They really gave England problem, and England could not beat them. It was a 0-0 draw. So they would do something special also. Portugal should not. They also play like this kind of counter-attacking football, and if Portugal is not careful, anything can happen. There could be there could be a lot of upset in this tournament because these teams are just fired up. Another team playing together would be Romania versus Netherlands. Now, Romania in the group, I think Romania topped the group. Romania is a very, very good team. They play with this high intensity, and they have good players. So Romania would cause problem for Netherlands, and in this one, my stand would be the same thing I had with Switzerland and Italy. I would be 50-50 because what Austria did to Netherlands the last game of the group was not, I never expected it, but It's the Euros. Anything can happen. So I'm not really confident with Netherlands. My mind tells me, my head tells me, my heart tells me Netherlands, but my head tells me anything can happen. I think Netherlands might pull through because they have the players. They have the star players. They can, that could run the show. But Romania, seeing how Romania played in the group stage, they were very spectacular. They were very, very determined. So I would be 50-50 on this. I would have said 60-40, 60 on the part of Netherlands and 40 for Romania, but anything can happen. I just don't want to I don't want to, say Netherlands is gonna get out for would qualify when I know Romania also can cause damage. Then Austria, Turkey. This is another one, a very tricky one. I would be 50-50 on it. Austria on their day, they're very good. And Turkey also. Turkey, I never knew Turkey was gonna qualify though. But I expected them to qualify, but as the game, the group stage started, they were looking like they were not gonna qualify. But they did, and they're playing Austria. Austria defeated Netherlands, and Turkey and Portugal also defeated Turkey. So, but Turkey won their last game with Czechoslovakia 2-1. So let's see what's going to happen. But in this case also, I would say 50-50. 50-50, yeah. So one thing I want to talk about also about Georgia. This team, they're fun to watch. Very, very fun to watch. How good they are, how compact they are. They're good with the ball. When they have the ball, they can hold the ball when they want to hold the ball. They can run when they want to run. They play counter-attack when they want to play counter-attack. And mind you, the highest goal scorer in this tournament, I think is a Georgian. It's from Georgia. They're number 22, I think. Georgia's Milkautadze or something. Yeah, I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrongly. Milkautadze is the highest goal scorer in this tournament. He has 3 goals, I think, followed by Kodigakpo of Netherlands has 2 goals. Some people has 2 goals, but this Milkautadze is the highest goal scorer in this tournament. So let's see how the round of 16 unfolds. It's gonna start on Saturday. Let's see how who will upset who, how they're gonna go about it, and this is gonna be the end of this podcast. And once again, if you're new to this channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about my predictions and about what I've talked about. If you have any opinion, feel free to put it in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for staying with me. Bye.